tremendous value in the aggression that the Neon could bring in terms of map control you're trying to get. YFP starting off on the attack, I think it's fine, but I'm expecting for them to do a lot more aggressive trap plays on the defensive end. While for TSM, I'm expecting a lot of these flash recons where already B-Dog is moving in this attack side into market control.
Yeah, it gets in before that door shuts, but that also means that the rest of YFP is kind of stranded and TSM can manage a little bit closer. GMD on his own one way can get a free first blood and force YFP to second guess on the approach. Now it's Timo that's the next line of defense, and TSM can fully lean the defensive stack. First kill, and Timo's gonna run out of there, back into the corner of sight, and the rest of the approach comes forward from YFP, slowly but surely taking this space, and looks like they'll actually try and see if they can get a free kill up in Link before fully committing to this, as B-Dog has made his way back on.
A movement from Timo. We'll talk about it in a sec, though, because looks like we are committing to the A site.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. First flash out. YFP's good for the first. Timo trades it back. Relay Bolt's a little bit eeky, though, so it's got to be Vora that takes that first fight. Stellar picking up for lost slack. And now it's a 1v2 that Vora can just clean up with a shock dart. Again, feels like TSM had enough answers for everything there and were able to sort of meet the plays that YFP had before they could fully come to fruition.
Yeah, and looking at YFP's aggression on that pistol round, it kind of gives me vibes of like a 2G style where Spike really tries to get really some early aggression towards either market or moving all the way up towards mid. Like you already saw that he was really cutting rotations and forcing TSM to go for very long rotates all the way through spawn. So they did have great timings to really work towards that site. But it came down to, once again, Timo solo anchoring towards the A side, gets the first pick, double slides away for information without even using his relay bolt. So he could use that on the flood retake right after for TSM. So again, we were questioning, or at least I was questioning, what Timo brings now into the lack of usage of a Neon in past matches. And now you're starting to see already a little bit of a tech and also a little bit of comfort, more comfort coming in from this Neon pick from the star duelist on the side of TSM.
Yeah, you can tell he's put the time in, definitely confident that he's going to be able to approach this with the same gusto that he does on his more traditional duelist picks. Knife into A to confirm this position for YFP early on. Curious to see how these initiators play off of the Sovas in particular. I think that's really where they're going to shine. First swing out with this gun dip is going to be as good as you could expect. Seven's going to be the one to farm up the majority of it, and in fact, he'll grab 4 here. And an ult command certainly would be useful for a bonus, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially when you're 2 rounds away right now for a 7, and maybe going into that play, you're going to see a little bit of extremity control coming out here for the side of TSM, so maybe they could fight for canceling what YFP would try to do, or maybe even just go for some sort of crunch because they're on on a bonus round going into this one. And you see the value, even if there's no bridge going through, you got 2 stuns off the relay bolt from Timo right there. Look at the knife being thrown all the way out towards main, so you are trying to get some early information on the side of 7. It'll actually catch here, Thief on that end, and now you can think about this lean towards middle and towards the A long, where Timo was already set up with an operator in a bonus round.
Yeah, huge adjustment to take. Willing to just bear hug when they go for a mid pinch. Not a lot of attention paid to these connectors. Again, TSM kind of reclined. But Vora, with his primary intel after that knife, goes bye-bye. Oh, Timo's been escorted.
Jake goes bye-bye.
Yeah, lurks are not very welcome here. Vora alone, managed by the double up, and that'll be the path to go for an A crunch, but you've got some trap wires to deal with. Alvin Boy is sitting in the middle of them, though. That's not the best place to be, into the stun on top of the aftershock. Quick management from YFP to gain sight.
That is a lack of understanding of the composition that comes out too. I like the idea of playing trip kills into the A site, but that's a standard aftershock to clear out towards Jenny or towards Slant, depending how you play on the map and how you call it in your ranked games. But Alvin Boy just got dismantled, and the retake's going to be a lot more difficult. This might be one of those moments where Timo cannot commit into the A site, and if you don't get picks for the other ones flanking across, this should be a save on that side for the operator.
It's too risky to take in any other leg. No one from YFP is going to give themselves away too hard. Just about getting the exits, and B-Dog is going to be checking this, but 7 can have the very heat, turn it into 2 before getting punished. Being said, GMD is going to be able to catch these last 2 exits, so YFP, regardless, not going to be able to walk away with too much here. In fact, just 1 rifle. Still, though, Timo able to hold on to that operator. Feels like both teams looking to set up for the long haul on this half specifically.
Yeah, good exit damage done by GMD, picking up that rifle left behind by Jake when he got picked off here towards that A long. So, yeah, it turns out to be a pretty decent pivot back from YFP's end. If it was a different type of positioning from Alvin Boy towards that A site, maybe the story of another bonus round will come in for the side of TSM. But the tell's been done quite early. They know the operator's already out on the side of Team Matino, so YFP could definitely try to utilize more util to try to push them off these lines. And it starts with a fault line, and a fast lane rather, but it's already B-Dog fastly taken down.
Jake's beating him to the punch, so at least that's dealt with. TSM still remaining pretty calm though. Early paranoia and 7 managing the other side of the lean. The tempo just so well understood by TSM. The proactivity on the elbow to the reactivity on the link, it's perfect on both edges, but still a 2v2. And We Did is up nice and close. Still gotta wait for Jake to play catch up for the opener, and now the jump peek allows him to go for the fight, but that's the only one that YFP can go for. And they end up getting gate kept just enough.
Yeah, that was such a nice try. We did staying very patient just by the dumpster, knowing that the smoke was going to dissipate. He can't cross into the site for a plant. So you're trying to leverage, I think that was Jake, he just jumped across the radionite box to bait his position. It worked out because you hurt the shots. It gives a chance here for Weeded to swing out. But because you were jump spotting with the knife, you can't really re-swing as quickly to ping pong with Weeded. And unfortunately, they both lose their duels against TSM. So despite them having a nice little turnaround in their gun round previously, because they've lost 4 weapons in that previous round that they won, they have to go into Nico once again. So tough luck, tough look even for YFP as TSM continues to farm.
Yeah, really just surfing at this point. Oh, Vora just made that look easy. Cosmetic relay bolt there for B-Dog.
Got drive by too.
This eco round isn't going to do jack.
Maybe Jake can.
Tripwire destroyed. Cover going out.
Sorry, that wasn't a good dad joke, wasn't it?
No, that was good.
Like, he's holding off at least towards the pillar, but... No, he won't get it.
Yeah, Crumb and
Not
Help.
when 2 guys are coming like that.
You just let Timo run in like that, and you can easily go for a double swing. But
Spike planted.
Silver lining, they have a plant. They have an ult in the next round here for Stellar from that plant.
Yeah, exactly. The smoke was able to let the rest of YFP get on. It was a good sell for market to force TSM to just second guess it. So you get some creds to set yourself up. Good kill on Devora. Okay, Thief. You grab one more peek off of it. Hey, this is interesting.
Off your feet.
Rolling Thunder now from Stellar. Slow down on Spike. We're halfway through. Jumping in on top of this smoke. It's dicey. Stellar finds the spray. 1v2 for TSM, and 7's on 35 HP. Finds the off angle for Thief. Tap on the Spike. Stellar poking out. 7 hits it. Even when you got a clutch, TSM makes it happen. And they will negate this eco that YFP did, in fact, almost take.
Oh my God, that would have been such a huge round once again for Stellar's experience, IGLing, picking up the Rolling Thunder and almost allowing here YFP to convert what could have been a 2 versus 4 denial of a retake for TSM, and that would have been probably the whole chat just saying, oh, TSM, that was just luck on the first map. But thankfully, 7's able to salvage that. He's the one that's dropping big numbers this time around, already dropping 10 kills within 5 rounds in this first half. Man, these guys are playing tremendously well today for TSM. Kind of wish we had a different smoke, though. Instead of doing that smoke on Spike, do that Forsaken smoke so you don't really force yourself to not get information while you're diffusing on the side of TSM. But at least 7 still made it work.
Yeah. Still things to work on, but you're seeing them really start to play together as a team. And in this region, that is something beautiful to find. Still preventative for the attack as TSM once again tries to babysit Timo into an early kill, but it'll be 7 to take the first blood. B-Dog to trade it. Just take top mid again, but YFP, they've only been able to manifest this into A pinches so far, just because TSM's presence on B has still been so good when YFP makes any headway up here. Vora's really up, but again, he's just able to win it, and Stellar can't track as he runs out. Another crucial opportunity lost as TSM continue to find the right frags bit by bit. B-Dog open season as that cage fades, and it's just timing after timing.
And this is something that TSM has to be proud of looking back at this series. And Chad, you have to agree as well. Every single time that they're playing these defensive positions from the side of TSM, from Haven into this map right now, they go for map control, and when there's gaps, they know how to close them. They lose 7-on-1 for 1. Look at the instant TP towards that spawn, but they still have all lanes picked up. Aggressive pushes towards the A side. As soon as you win that, but you know players are behind, you converge to 2 players inside the A side to turtle up behind the trips. They're just moving very well around the map here for TSM and really understanding what YFP's trying to pivot to towards this mid-round. But trap play to try to set up here for a push into the B site.
Hunter's Fury gonna try and fetch it, but TSM can just walk back into things, and the overdrive pop by Timo to guarantee the site. YFP do have B now, though, as B-Dog is able to counter frag. And he'll step into Boba to try and see if he can grab something else early. But again, Vora continuing to just hold on to this drone until the second phase of the round. And it's meaning that TSM have so much more confidence poking into both prongs of what's left. Now it's just Stellar to deal with, and it is trivial as he's completely cornered. Another total reset from TSM here. The snowball continuing to roll, even here on Sunset.
Yeah, and it continues to be 7 from kills to util. After he gets that pick off towards that B side, exactly, he throws that knife, and it's good enough to cover the whole radius, knowing that the gap that hasn't gotten that ping is where that last player of YFP was going to hide out. That allows Vora to get a tremendous easy pick towards this left side, towards the YFP's IGL. So again, we're just always talking about how Timo was just farming on that first map, but if he's the tip of the spear and he falls down, you definitely saw from the first map and into this one as well that every single one of these players are really just shooting out of their minds on the side of TSM. There's really Alvin Boy that's kind of been quiet, but that's the role that's empty. If you're not going to run against that site, I mean, he's just chilling, you know?
Exactly, especially when he's been set up on normally the strong site that's been conditioned. The rest of TSM have the weaker one pretty well managed. Yeah, not really anything to talk about this round. I think YFP can just get themselves prepped this time around, see what they can come through with. The old cycle is present, so you can try and farm something out, gain maybe like some early elbow, or I don't know, maybe just like send B-Dog back into mid with this overdrive and see if you can get something early again, a la round 1. But yeah, TSM's just, again, the reactive game has just been so good.
There should have been some sort of Hail Mary around these ults as well, especially when you have the Hunter's Fury and an overdrive. I agree with you, but these guys are just looking to go for a standard split towards the A site. Dude, that's...
I mean, he's so abundantly ready for it. Null Command now just tossed in because they know that the stack has got to be here on top of that overdrive. GMD is popped, though, after getting expected by Thief, so back to a 3v3 and the neural theft available to give YFP their own guarantee. Alvin Boy will once again be forced away, at least temporarily here.
That's the first forced error, actually, from the side of TSM. The fact that you have GMD, I mean, Timo getting picked off, that's fine, because, again, he's owning. But GMD going for the second TP on top of Rita Nightbox when you're null commending the slow, I think he tried to paranoia and go up into that spot and got instantly popped. So he tried to go for the big plays. That gives a chance here for YFP to just converge back towards his A site because of the neural theft from the side of Thief.
Really goes to show that the second TSM get to scatter shot, plans can really fall apart for them in an instant. Thief try clearing with the cam. Don't know how much he spotted in the microsecond that he saw, but it'll be enough to give them the confidence to swing on top of the fling from that flash. This double initiator continuing to shred, and 7 continuing to top frag. 8-1 now, and the team diff is really starting to become utterly clear.
Yeah, and they couldn't even really set up for a pulse plant either when I was just mentioning the ults that they had available around all these weapons, the force fire that they had. We didn't use the Hunter's Fury. We couldn't really set up for a Rolling Thunder for the pulse spot and try to push back against our opponents. I mean, you saw that Thief started to walk up, but there was no coordination to add more utils so that he could really get good value with this push towards that spawn. He comes up with this. He turns away into the flash. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he still died before the flash pop. We'll give him that, but if anything, that was just TSM looking cleaner and cleaner on the retakes, and the YFP just now showing maybe that they're a little bit flustered. Might have a change of pace though this time around. Finally, we're going into this pull fault line maybe into the market, try to get a position here for B-Dog, try to get the Hunter's Fury into to clear up that space, and maybe that might be the second round picked up here for YFP into the market control.
Yeah, let's shake these jitters off with some defaulting. Excellent escort for B-Dog. And he'll make it into 2. Weeded on the board now as well. The mid presence far more intimidating as Timotino forced to peek into it dry now from top, and he'll grab one unpunished. That's a little dumb, and he's gonna just peek out again. Next victim, no, only 1 shot left in the tank, and so now comes a full reset for TSM. YFP sense there may be some pressure they can add on to B now, forcing Timo to make that coin flip decision, and he's made the right one.
Watch him stay out in the open and wait for the Rolling Thunder.
Here it is.
Okay, I thought he was going to try to get a shot before going back.
GMD, 10 spot, free kill. Timo peeks back out, post Rolling Thunder, free kill. Full reset for them on the rhythm. And, dancing around the opposing smokes too. Like, Jake is, like, the smokes from Jake are giving TSM, like, free reign over their own peaks. You see them really just melding every game plan to their advantage.
Timo's playing the Neon as if he's playing a Breach too. He's getting so much value off the relay bolts.
Yes.
Allowing GMD to get across, and that's a second time here that GMD is playing on high positions and getting great value. The fact that he gets a kill right here and we did saw him and he still manages to get out of that spot unscathed is insane.
Go, go, go.
At least we still have Hunter's Fury for the side of YFP.
Right, exactly. You can maybe run with that this round. Shoddy buy from YFP, but again, feels like they're a little bit shaken at this phase. Just gonna kind of run in with what they've got. Early Owl Drone to guarantee top mid. That's where YFP's been strongest. And Jakey on the lurk is good for his this time. And already a new advantage gained. Seven striking it right back down on the pinch back. And GMD with the TP. Again, it's all managed at the end of the day. From a bullhorn to a whisper, YFP's chances continue to dwindle.
A 4K on
give him
top of
another
that
one.
10 rank.
Like, it's
That's
so
insane.
dumb.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to still commend how YFP kind of played around that map. You added a lot of pressure on that top middle with that drone, so you're showing presence on that top side. But that insert towards that front B, and that's just, again, YFP understanding this time around, although it doesn't look from the results how, it's on the side of TSM, but they know that TSM are going to try to go for a little bit of a map control, push into the extremities so they can make sure that they're not getting pinched on different spots. So that insert towards Long B was perfect for that first kill, but then everything to try to help out, taking over Boba was not there, and Seven just got free reign against that YFP push from the backlines.
Back to business here for YFP. As the knife can shut down the trap wire, you feel a lot more confident pushing into Thief, but it still takes a body. And the rest of YFP are quick to be, but Vora is now the one to pop off. It's just TSM all over this kill feed. Stellar alone, and Vora now has every excuse to use the owl again. Guess where GMD is? Don't reload.
So we want to talk about the second series? Oh man, dude, now it's Seven's time to drop 20 kills before we get into the half. This is insane. This is so good from TSM today.
Yeah, just real shooters today. It's amazing to watch. YFP is normally not this completely muffled because they are so individually talented, and their understanding of the game when they go for these set plays is really again, you see them understanding when the opportunity is right to try to strike. It's just TSM's aim has been so good that they're able to completely shut down the pushes when they go for the contact.
Yeah, aim, positioning, teamwork. Timotino locking down lanes so that the rest of YP just walks into where TSM's crosshair placement is at. Like the high load that they have on the pistol run, at least this time around for YFP, to try to stop any type of mid control that they did in their own pistol round, but it starts off with a smoke and a camera on middle. So TSM realizing that it's an open space for them to grab, they're slowly looking for a pinch into the B site, but not before Timotino is inserted towards his A side. Maybe he wants to start selling a fake or maybe cutting these rotates. Nobody's really peeking forward from these extremities. It looks like the call is there for everybody to group up to go for the full hit towards this A site.
Yeah, that's TSM reading. If they make any level of noise, YFP's not really going to be shaken off of it. Jakey's smokeless now.
No flash either. He's pretty much in a one and done spot.
Yeah.
Maybe getting 1 or 2 is the best thing, kind of like what B-Dog did on Pistol earlier on, but thankfully 7's the first one and he's low on HP.
Refusing to shoot that gun to not give away his position, and the rest of YFP's fish will try to hop into this barrel, but they'll be the ones doing the shooting this time around. Vora, the only one left in elbow, and he can't line it up against the finality.
30 seconds left. Last player
Alvin
standing.
from top mid is going to have to be the one to do it after GMD's late peek does not grab anything, but again, YFP have enough util to be able to read. Quick shot! Jeez!
And look at the respect given. Spikes down,
10
they're just going to
seconds
play the time. Maybe even allow for him to plant.
Might have to. Oh, Jakey's close enough, though. Might be able to just...
One enemy remaining.
Nope, yeah, no time. Okay. So it won't be a simple 1-2 punch that is able to knock out YFP, starting things out on the attack. Keeping things dicey, but YFP did a great job of saving enough utility on the right agents, and whenever a kit was dry, there was a lot of resources that became piled on. Great proactive play to start things out.
Definitely. When Jakey didn't have anything left towards that A site, he at least had the support from that crossfire setup. Yeah, that fault line was huge coming in from gate. Big slide too to break crossfire placement, yet still picks up the kill against Timotino is actually a great start to that side. And at least you're seeing it from Alvin Boy, even though he lost on time. When he finally has to do something, he also has the aim.
Go, go, go.
Oh. Oh!
Thankfully, let's focus on that one. Let's focus on that instead. 4K for Jake. Yeah, salvaged Bulldog. That's perfect. Let's go into the next round.
It was his gun all along.
Exactly. That Bulldog was basically a toy poodle pretty much at that point. But YFP, at least, they'll have a very strong bonus round going into this one here. They salvaged the Bulldog from the previous round. They have an outlaw to work with. No.
You don't have to show us again. It's okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yay, Jake. Good job.
Big 4K from Jake.
Yeah,
That's
that was really good. Very, very well taken. You take what you can get when you can get it here.
Exactly. Okay, same thing here for TSM. Mid control, but this time not with the camera. It's a recon dart to look towards middle because the camera's looking for aggression towards the A side. So TSM's making sure here that they're trying to read, if YFP are going for some sort of a trap early play with this bonus round that they have. And we're about to walk into the outlaw.
And Timo is grazed by it.
Yep, 140 damage there.
I'm out of here.
Still the
Still
first
gets value.
tip. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. But still, it's a lot of dry contact, and B-Dog can re-up on the secondary shot. Timo's going to try and pressure it, but it's been given enough time, and the relay bolt doesn't strike. Thief, though, able to grab one on site as well as TSM inches forward. And Timo's going to be forced to make the pressure again, but Thief fully walking up. Alvin's lurk, though, in mid, has gained 2 and a neural theft for a free sight onto B-Dog.
Oh my.
And it's turned it into a 2v1.
And book it A. That was just perfect. Alvin Boy with a superb lurk. Camera watching middle too. Now they can set up for a ping pong swing. Dude, what a round by Alvin Boy.
Yeah, save that bonus. For sure, the right step out, giving that one opportunity that you need. Great to see Alvin given some chances to frag after he's had to have such a neutral position in so many of these rounds.
Yeah. And usually you're looking at week 1, week 2 TSM. This would have been like, okay, we're just going to run around and get duels at this point. But Alvin getting to that lurk, the double kill, and then a neural theft, and to decide to wait in the smoke so they could converge against B-Dog's position in the back of Boba with an outlaw to close him out. The second ping knows where even Thief is at in the front of that site. That was just so nice to pivot back. And now at least you have a gun round on the side of YFP. They already wasted out an early paranoia. And get into what a close line coming out from Stellar at least.
Yeah, oh, but we did as well. Again, great recognition from YFP of when they can go for that collapse, and those can look really disgusting when they get going. Alvin left alone this time again. And so YFP will have a better box score coming out of map 2, for sure.
For now.
And it's tough to say if you can replicate something like this, because it does take a decent early read into a good like preset for people. But I mean, if YFP is able to set the stage like that, then with this breach especially, you're able to really suffocate
30 seconds left.
these clears.
Yeah, and that's what we're mentioning going into this map too. Despite having very similar comps, and a difference you could have between now the breach and the KO is now with the pressure you're trying to bring into these fast tempos with Timotino, you have a flash recon to help out for the elbow control. Although they had to go for an early stop and go because of the counter util that YFP had at the very beginning. And that was the power of that breach as well to help towards that A side. So when you try to go for that rehit, you don't have that recon anymore to try to go for the surprise play. You drone in, give your position away, and Weedid's able to push down and find that timing once they get the first blood on the other side of elbow. So a nice little way to stop the first wave of aggression coming out here from TSM. TSM lackluster to not take any importance and attention to detail towards that short A side, really threw them for a loop. And now they're forced on an eco. Hero rifle, at least for Timotino, and full shields. And this is actually quite nice because for him to take that control, take orb, they have overdrive going to the next round. He still has money to buy into the next round as well. So really, we're not out of the fire yet here for YFP. We're still sizzling in the pan.
I'm out of here.
Alvin Boy given a shock dart and an opener. Tremendous retake game, a lot weaker for YFP. They've got to be ready for the fight. There's only 2 here. B-Dog does have this op though, and the cage is about to fade. Perfect relay bolt timing coming out from Timo though to pressure him out and give TSM the free sight. Thief has still been posted up here, now inside the smoke. Again, trying to play into the other team's controller strengths. Nice recon dart to reset from Vora, giving the shot onto Thief. Again, such value found at the most minuscule times. And there's been a read onto where 7 is posted up at the least. B-Dog giving that opener to Jake, able to pinch it, and now B-Dog has a bit of an open sight line, but YFP is starting to fade away. Rest of this team not giving enough, and there's just not enough in the tank. 2 TKOs coming up from TSM today, playing some truly gorgeous Valorant. Everything we expected this team to have the potential to be, really starting to make itself known as they get a 3-2 record here in the Swiss.
Yeah, and beautiful.